Okay, here we are. New topic is percentages. Now let's have a look at this word percent. Percent. Here, this word here, percentages. This percent, what does that mean? It means out of 100. So when we want to write this, look at the percent symbol. Oh, that's not going to work there. Here we go. Here's the percent symbol. We write the percent symbol. It is, we're using the 100. So here's 100. And here's the percent 0, 0, the 1 and the 0. That means out of 100. So we're going to do these questions. Write the following as a fraction and then as a decimal. So we'll start with 13%. 13% is 13 out of 100. And that's it. That's all we do. You can't simplify it any further. That's as much as we go. But what about as a decimal? So we start with the 13. Now, to turn a percent to a decimal, we divide by 100. 13 divided by 100, you can do it on your calculator if you don't know, or you know that when you're dividing by 100, you move the decimal point 2 places. So we end up with 0.13. And that's it. So now let's do 65. Let's move up a bit. 65% as a fraction. So we want 65 out of 100. But we know that this will simplify because there's a number that goes into 65 that also goes into 100, and that's 5. Now you can just write 65 1 over 100 using your ABC button on your calculator, and you get 13 over 20. It's using your fraction button. Or you can recognise that there are 13 5s in 65 and 20 5s in 100 and simplify it by sight. Okay, what about as a decimal? Well, we start with the fraction, sorry, we start with the percentage and we divide it by 100. And that gives us, moving the decimal point 2 places over or using your calculator, 0.65. Done. Okay, now let's go next example, 140%. So we're still going out of 100, so we follow the same rule, 140 out of 100. And again, this will simplify. So you can use the fraction button on your calculator, just hit it and put equals, and it'll tell you it is 1 2/5. Now, to turn a percent into a decimal, follow the same idea, write the percent, divide by 100, either do it in your head or using a calculator, but this time you get 1.4. And this, both these answers are reasonable because it's over 100%, so the number has to be bigger than 1. Now, last example, 23.8%. Now we've got a decimal within the percent, but it is just a percent. So to turn into a fraction, let's follow the same idea, 23.8 over 100. Now the problem with this one is we don't normally have decimals in fractions. So we need to turn this top number into a whole number. And in order to do that, I want to move this decimal place over there. And moving that over means I am timesing by 10. And so I want to do the same here on the bottom, I want to times by 10. So on the top, I get 238. On the bottom, I get 1,000. Now again, you can use your calculator, your fraction button on your calculator, 238 over 1,000. And this one simplifies to 119 over 500. It's just dividing the top and bottom by 2. Now the last one, I want to turn 23.8% into a decimal. So I just write it as it is, divide by 100. And I move the decimal point 2 places over and I get 0.238. That's it.